Hello everyone, Super Genius Seb here, and welcome back to this Redstone testing world in MCPE, or Minecraft Pocket / Windows 10 Edition, and etc. The C++ Edition, Innovation Edition, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, observers were added to the Java Edition recently, and they were supposed to act like, pretty much just like their Pocket Edition ones, with maybe a couple different quirks. But there's actually a very big difference with them, which I'm not sure is intentional or not, and which one is intended, the MCPE behavior or the Java behavior. Okay, first of all, here's a small difference. In Minecraft Pocket / Windows 10 Edition, this texture here, the cone shape, is broken. It always faces the same direction no matter how you place it. And yeah, it's fixed in the Java Edition, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show that observers in MCPE output weak power. Now, strong power is like this. As you can see, this block gets strongly powered, which causes it to weakly power all adjacent blocks. The weakly powered blocks, however, do not power their adjacent blocks. So, this you can also see another example of strong power if I place a repeater here. This will power this, and then this will power all the adjacent blocks, but they won't power their adjacent blocks because they're only weakly powered, whereas this one is strongly powered. Now, as you can see here, another thing is that observers won't chain together, and you can't chain their updates because the observers don't seem to cause an update here. They don't cause block updates right here when on the place where they activate. So nothing happens here. This is the only output, like weak power and stuff. And also, if you do something like this, where I do this, and I put an observer here, and I put a lamp here, whoops, get rid of that, nothing will happen. Because even though this would put strong power here or something, there's no block, and so it doesn't get activated. Another thing is that observers have a delay. As you can see, there's a bit of delay between the observers here when I linked them together, and that's because they operate on a redstone tick basis on a delay like that. And of course, you can't, like, have them go through thin air. And look, BAM! Random skeleton horse. But, anyway, now I'm going to show you how they work in the Java Edition. Also, one more thing. Observers cut off redstone wire, which is a little interesting. But now, onward to the Java Edition. So, here we are in Minecraft 16w39a, Java Minecraft. So, I actually just discovered in between recording the previous and this clip that my bug report I submitted about this has been marked as works as intended, meaning that observers outputting strong power in the Java Edition, like so. As you can see, they power all adjacent blocks, but those blocks don't power their adjacent blocks, of course, is intended. But whether this means that the Pocket Edition behavior is unintended is is unknown. So onto this little visual thing. As you can see, placing observers does change the direction of the cone, which is nice. I'm glad that is fixed in here, and hopefully it will be fixed soon in the other editions. But here's an interesting thing. Okay, so if I power this block, like this observer won't detect anything, obviously, right? This block would be weakly powered, but there's nothing there. However, if I do this, did you see that? That repeater came on. And that's because the observers are outputting strong power, and for some reason, they detect strong power and then count that as a block update. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but that's how it works. But as you can see, like the weak powered block over here doesn't get affected. Like if I do this, see? So only strong power. And interestingly, observers in Minecraft Pocket Edition do not detect air being strongly powered. If you place a block here, this will work in Minecraft Pocket Edition, but not if they're just air. So that's interesting. Another thing is that observers don't have any delay. They are instant. Like, look at this. I just chained up a whole line of observers, all detecting each other, right? Um, and they just work. So that's interesting. But I like also another thing. If you place an observer, you'll notice that the input, the observing side, is the one facing towards you, whereas in Minecraft Pocket Edition, it would be placed like this, with the the output facing you. Now, if I do something like this, and then place here, and then do this, you can see that works. So they detect updates, and here's a really interesting thing. You don't even need to have this redstone dust here. Look at this. Because of this thing right here, you can actually just do this, like so. And it's instant. Instant, fast lines. Because observers, I think, run on the global timer instead of redstone timing, and they don't have any delay, this is a thing. And it means instant vertical redstone, like that. And I would say well-known redstoner, El Mango, who does a lot of farms and stuff, has actually made a video on how this can be used for instant dropper lines and stuff for very, very fast ion transportation. And here is a example of just how powerful these observers are. Check this out. Ready? Um, See that? Look down there. If you look right there, you can see that the lamp. Whoops, broke the wrong one. You can see that the lamp turns on. Hang on. It's even better if I turn it to night. Like so. Yeah, there we go. That's a very clear visual indicator. And it is super lightning fast. Now, while it is said that the observer's emitting strong power is intended, this timing thing where they are absolutely instant, there's no word in that. And actually, you know what? There might be now. I haven't checked the bug report for that yet. I checked it last night, but there might be an update on it. Let me go check real quick. Okay, I just checked, and there's no word on whether or not the timing is intentional or not. Um, I did hear that when comparators were first introduced, they didn't have any delay, and so you could do something like this, and they would just be absolutely instant. But as you can see, they now have delay, just like a repeater set on its default setting. So I'm going to guess that the observers should have a 1 tick delay on them, and I don't think that this is intended. But you could argue from a balance perspective that this isn't overpowered or anything because it does require a bunch of cobblestone and nether quartz, which is not an easy resource to come by once you like gathered a whole bunch of it out of the nether, because it's not renewable. But another interesting thing about observers is that if I do something like, say, this, which is something like this, and then I put some observers like that, then put some redstone like so, and then like so. Okay, ignore the lamps. I was just using them because they were convenient. But as you can see, the redstone line can go all the way up here, and it can go all the way down there. See? So that's interesting, because this thing does not cut the wire. Another thing is that observers redirect redstone on every side, which, okay, this right here, they should not be redirecting redstone from that direction. Um, from this side, okay, that makes sense. This one, I'm not sure about. You know what? Actually, they shouldn't redirect from this side either. I think they should only redirect from this side. But anyway, that's a thing. Also, you can place levers and stuff on top of them, and you can place redstone dust and all that stuff on top of them as well, but you can't place anything on the side. So that's similar to kind of how like pistons are right now. You can do that with pistons too, except that when you retract the piston, the block pops off, which is annoying. I really hope that gets changed one of these days. But yeah, that's interesting. Now, as you can see in Minecraft Pocket, / Windows 10, and etc. edition, observers don't redirect redstone in any direction whatsoever, and you can also place stuff on top of them like that, although you can't place anything on the sides. However, they cut off redstone, as you can see here, Actually, I've already shown that. Never mind. But here's an interesting thing. Check this out. Observers actually do redirect redstone for some reason. Um, from all directions, actually, even though it doesn't look like it. And I find that kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's intentional. Like I said before, I would think that all of these sides should not redirect redstone, but this one in front should redirect redstone, like the outputs. I don't think it makes sense for the inputs or the sides to redirect it. Wait, what? You're not trapped? Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to be posting all the bug reports in the description for the various oddball behaviors, the quirks between the two, Java and MCPE, and we'll see how it turns out. I kind of hope that they'll go for a consistent way it works across versions. Um, I think I would kind of prefer if observers, like, you could have, there were two observers, one that emits weak power and one that emits stronger power, because that'd be really nice, because there are advantages to both. Like, if I do something like this, then I can power each observer separately and not have to worry about it, like, activating these other um, lamps, which could be useful for, like, one pixel, like, pixel to pixel, pixel to block, display screens and things like that. And it could also be helpful if you want, like, you have a little bit more control over where the redstone goes. There's not very much chance of, like, I guess you could call it, like, the power spreading. And also this, not causing an update, I think kind of would make more sense. But, you know, there's really no clear indication of just exactly what is the correct way that observers should work. All we know is that it's intended for them to output strong power into Java Edition, and currently they're outputting weak power into Pocket Edition, be that intended or not. So, as I said, I'll put links to all the bug reports, or I don't know if they're bugs, in the description, and we'll see how this turns out. As I said, I hope that it turns out to be as consistent as possible across the two different editions, but, you know, we'll see. Anyway, thank you. Oh, one more thing. In case anyone was wondering, yes, quasi-connectivity is still in the Java edition. The addition of these has no effect on the so-called budding. Like, block updates are not a bug. It's quasi-connectivity, which is often used for a block update detector that is a bug. It is quasi-connectivity that is a bug. And here, as you can see, in Pocket Edition, we don't have quasi-connectivity. Instead, we have oddball bugs like things like this that will be fixed, unlike quasi-connectivity and, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, if you like redstone videos like these, then please like them and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And share this video with your friends and with Mojang people if you want them to, you know, see all the differences between the observers and try to explain something. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Goodbye!